My mission statement for this show is very simple. I'm going to cancel culture. I'll defeat this insidious, joyless societal scourge with those most effective of democracy-preserving weapons: common sense and truth. And that's the truth, by the way, not your truth, and definitely not Princess Pinocchio's truth. I'll always fight your corner. I'll always have your back. Well, unless you're illiberal liberals who want to wreck anyone with an opinion that you've ruled as offensive. Or cancel crusaders, rewriting history as one great sopping apology, conducting the Banish Inquisition, sailing the internet on your purity purge, stamping your extremist views on the rest of the world with no tolerance for any discussion or debate. Or ideological imperialists waving your digital snitchforks, hounding good men and women out of their jobs and reputations because they tweeted something you didn't like. Or hypocrite celebrities pontificating about equality from their massive mansions and constantly preaching one thing while doing the complete opposite themselves. I think you know the type, right, Your Royal Highness? Or trans Trojans engulfing the internet in your flames of rage when women dare to say things like, women exist. Or internet excavators raking over ancient social media profiles in search of fossilised evidence that someone you disagree with wasn't Mother Teresa. Or prevaricating politicians who lie, cheat, break the law and blunder without accepting accountability. Or vegan virtue signalers who want to make mincemeat out of people like me for eating steak without seeing the irony. The one common trait of all these people is insufferable self-righteousness. They don't just think they're right, they know they're right. And anyone who says otherwise must be destroyed. Well, I've got some breaking news for you tonight. Nobody's right all the time. Not even me, although my record is admittedly better than most. It's okay to be wrong. It's all right to evolve your opinions when facts change. Whether you live in Britain, America, or Australia, it's time we went back to being real democracies. Silencing, censoring, no platforming, and cancelling people who disagree with you isn't democratic or liberal. It's actually a form of modern-day fascism, which, of course, they profess to hate. I've always loudly and proudly stood up for civil rights, women's rights, gay rights, and trans rights. I always will. I believe in fairness and equality for everybody. But that hasn't stopped the woke brigade branding me racist, sexist, homophobic, and transphobic. And that's some of the nicer things they call me. All abusively spewed from people with that disingenuous "be kind" hashtag in their Twitter bios. There's nothing kind about these awful people, nor any room for logical reason in their perverse world of liberal authoritarianism. These are dangerous times for democracies built on free speech. We've regressed thousands of years back to the days when warring tribes of people who looked the same, sounded the same, dressed the same, and thought the same marched around, spears out, baying for the blood of anyone remotely different to themselves. And I've reached a very unfortunate conclusion. The world's gone nuts! I mean, it has, right? With statues of Churchill, Mandela, and Gandhi all have to be boarded up in London's Parliament Square because woke imbeciles might trash them for being problematic. When tall, powerful, formerly male trans athletes are smashing records in women's sport. When pregnant men get an emoji, but women are called birthing people. When Snow White's prince is a sexual predator because for that kiss he didn't ask for consent. And when Mr. Potato Head has had his actual nuts removed. Night after night, I'll highlight this nonsense for what it is, nonsense. Because the world has gone nuts, and not even a global pandemic or a war in Europe seems to have snapped us all out of it. So let Piers Morgan Uncensored be your island of sanity, your department of common sense, the last refuge of the slammed. We're global, we're going to annoy all the right people, and I'm uncensored.